After 8 years of Trudeau, it now takes 25 years for the average Toronto family to save up for a down payment. Before Trudeau, you could pay off an entire mortgage in that time. There are now mortgages that are amortized over 90 to 120 years. That means 3 generations of a family would be required to pay off one mortgage. That would have been unthinkable before Justin Trudeau. After 8 years of Trudeau, the rent has doubled, mortgage payments have doubled, the average down payment needed to pay off a home has doubled. Toronto has been singled out by UBS as the worst housing bubble in the world. Vancouver, the third most overpriced market when you compare median income to median housing prices. Worse than New York City, worse than London, England, worse than Singapore, a tiny island with 2,000 times more people per square kilometer than Canada. After 8 years of Trudeau, criminal defense lawyers get requests from their clients to stay in prison longer because they don't want to leave and try to find a place to rent. This is Canada after Trudeau, where it is more expensive to get a 2-bedroom in Kitchener than it is to get a 20-bedroom castle in Scotland. After 8 years of Trudeau, we have tent encampments right across the country, where middle-class people with decent jobs are living in parking lots and in tents because they can't afford a place to live. 30 encampments in Halifax alone after 8 years of Justin Trudeau's inflationary housing hell. He's caused this problem, first by his inflationary money printing that increased the cost of everything, but second by funding local bureaucracies that block home building. Vancouver, of course, is the worst example, the most incompetent municipal government probably in the whole country. According to CD Howe, the Vancouver bureaucracy adds $1.3 million to the cost of every newly built home. So the number one cost of a new home in Vancouver is not land, labor, or lumber, it is bureaucracy and taxes. Municipalities around Toronto have increased development charges by as much as 800%. The city of Winnipeg had to be slapped down by the courts because it blocked 2,000 homes right next to a transit station that was built for those homes. The Montreal Economic Institute says the city of Montreal has blocked 24,000 new homes in the last 7 years, and the Association of Quebec Home Builders says there are 25,000 homes that are literally waiting for bureaucratic approval right now but can't go ahead. Here we are next to a federally funded future transit station, federal funds. The local builder, the local owner, wants to develop apartments and housing in this parking lot. Okay? This is an underused parking lot. It's not a pristine forest. It is not a lake or a river. It is a parking lot. It is concrete. But local bureaucracy is blocking that construction that would allow seniors and students to live next to a massive transit station that would take them to McGill University or to the airport. Now, what is the federal government's involvement in this? The federal government is on the verge of signing another $2 billion a year deal with the provinces, all the provinces, to provide gas tax money for infrastructure. My common sense plan is to require that these deals incentivize less bureaucracy and more home building. The deal should require municipalities permit 15% more home building per year. If they beat the target, they should get a bonus. If they miss the target, they should get a penalty. Small municipalities should be exempt from the penalties but eligible for the bonuses. We should require every federally funded transit station be permitted for high-density housing all around it, and the federal funds for that station should only flow after that housing is built. We should bring in penalties for egregious examples of gatekeeping, like was the case by the Winnipeg municipal government in blocking those 2,000 homes. And as a passing, and this is a separate issue, we should sell off 6,000 federal buildings and thousands of acres of federal land to build, These deals are up for renewal in Quebec. Au Québec, c'est le 1er mars. Pour les autres provinces, c'est le 31 mars. Donc, c'est maintenant qu'il faut agir. Right now, we must act. This is no longer a housing crisis. This is a housing emergency. This is a 911 emergency. We need housing now. We need to get the bureaucracy out of the way to build it, and I have a common sense plan to bring it home.